It doesn't start a whole new one.
I think it did.
Nope,
It's
it's
buffering
fine.
on my screen. Oh no, there we go. We're good.
This button. Alrighty! Now that we've completely screwed up my live stream and canceled it and restarted it, That happens when I hit the wrong buttons. Uh, Welcome to NOVAtazz's Automotive Podcast. Episode 4, Season 4. 4-4. Yeah. Welcome in. Got some good news, got some bad news, got some great news on Kat's part. Don't know if she has any bad news. Still got COVID?
No.
Feeling better?
Yeah, actually, the Rona stuff, like, I'm still dealing with some after effects of it, but it's not that bad. I can function, like, at 100% and stuff like
That's
that.
good.
It's just having, like, a mild sore throat and cough is a little worse, but other than that, I'm fine. Like, it's not COVID, it's just after effects of it. So
Alrighty.
yeah.
We'll see who all is here. Let me see how many times I can repeat the same word in a row. I think I need to move my mic up. I might be a little quiet because I have not moved
You're
it up
not
yet.
Yeah, you're not bad, though.
Well, you guys bitched last time. There we go. All right. Microphone's
Well,
right here.
To be fair, last time I had my phone turned down, and that was my phone.
Oh, maybe some other people
I
did
want
too.
my mic turned up, but my phone turned down, so they fight each other that way, right?
All right. You're already gambling. I'm definitely going to need to get you an intervention. Because
I won last year by a country mile doesn't mean anything. Come on now.
no, not at all. Let's shrink this down a little bit. This doesn't need to be that big. Is it going to let me shrink this down? All right, I'm trying to get all my windows in order here.
Fair. Yeah, because it looks like it's just me, and if that's still Brian here, because
we'll get more people in here. We'll get more people. We'll see.
I'm not saying it's bad. Trust me, I'm just saying that's all we have at the moment. And yeah, because I'm trying to remember because I recognize his name, like Brian Cahill, and I swear he's a subscriber on my channel. I could be wrong though.
Well, when you have as many subscribers as we do, which, granted, is not fucking anything compared to some of the big YouTubers, but whenever you get above more than, like, 500 or 1,000, unless somebody regularly comments or posts, sometimes you don't remember who they are. And
yeah,
I'm horrible with names to begin with.
Yeah, I have a few people that comment all the time, and, like, because my last video that I just posted, it's
the one about the white car.
Yeah, it's been up for like 2 hours and already has like 100, I think, 80 views right now. So
wow,
they're pretty decent.
Do better than I
did. Well, that's what happens when you say, "Hey, I got my old car back and it has a new Roller 302 as a title."
Yeah, I just get mine are just I have to go rescue my car again because somebody decides that they don't want it on their property and I don't have a place to store it just yet.
Yeah, it's not quite as enthusiastic.
No, it's bad news. I've got nothing but I have one piece of good news, and we'll do that as the silver lining. And I got several bad newses. Okay. So we'll see how that goes. We'll wait till a bunch of more people get in here, so I don't have to repeat myself like 6 times. And we still have Pilot as the stream boss. Sorry, looking all the way over here, and I don't need to be, because I can move this over here.
Yeah, I won't knock him off of that stream boss for a while, so...
Oops, I don't need to make that big.
Because now, with my new car, I owe a bunch of money to my friend, because I borrowed the money off of him, so...
Yeah.
I need to...
I almost thought you traded in the frickin' Honda. I thought you traded it. But then I read the rest of the title, and...
Oh yeah, that's... I knew people were gonna be screwed up a little bit on that.
I mean, it wouldn't have bothered me either way, but...
Oh, I know, but, like, there'd be some people that'd be a little upset. Just because the Honda actually is, like, hot commodity on my channel.
Yeah.
Anytime I post a Honda video, it tends to do pretty well. The last video, not as good, but... that happens. Like, not as many people are interested in seeing, hey, how do you remove a master cylinder from a 78 Honda Civic?
No, that's more of a curiosity thing with that thing, because it's
yeah, there's
different.
A lot of curiosity, absolutely. And something actually, because I'm part of a few first-gen Civic groups on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have worded the how to remove whatever I think I would have, because any how-tos on that particular car are not going to get a whole lot of views. At least I don't think. I probably would have worded it just about, um, just what you were doing, as more of a vlog than necessarily a how-to. That's my
Well, actually,
personal
well,
opinion.
because at the end of the title of that though is the message to say getting the brakes working part 1, right? So there still is that, because that video is going to be like a 3-part sort of video, because I have the second part. It's uploaded to
I
YouTube, but I haven't made it
think
public yet.
I think how I would have worded it would have been, let's get the brakes working on the Civic, and then I would have put, as at the end of the title, removing master cylinder.
Well, see, the thing is, I like to have that at the beginning as well, just because it shows it off. Like, I mean, the video has only been out since yesterday, and it has 197 views, which isn't terrible, but isn't as good as some of the other videos.
Yeah.
But that video is going to be a longer burn, because, like, how to
I
drain
don't
the
even
fuel
think I
system is
have
one of those.
100 views on my bringing home Jean Grey video, and that's been out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, see,
So
like,
you
right
definitely
now,
do a hell of a lot better than I do.
well, I promote the hell out of my shit, too.
Yeah, I have 86 views, but I don't know where to say. I don't know where to share it to, because yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so, like, what I tell people is find groups that pertain to your car, or even automotive groups in general. Because, like, there are some just general automotive groups I'll share to, and I'll get views from that. Like, on my Mustangs, I've joined about 100 different Ford/Mustang groups just to promote those videos that I do on those. The Honda ones, I've joined quite a few JDM groups to do that, right? So you find, like, your Pontiac ones, you find, like, your regular, your auto ones, whatever it is, and then you just promote it, right? Because it was kind of funny, actually. I had one person, just blows my mind that they'd actually asked me this, they're just like, well, how do you do that? Just like, well, I explained it to them, whatever else, and this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty easy. If you're doing it too quickly, you might get a spam blocker, which I do all the time. That's fine.
I don't think I've ever gotten a spam blocker from anybody.
Oh, I have. Spam blocker from Facebook. It basically, it shadow bans you for like an hour. You can't post anywhere.
Oh, that sucks.
You can comment, but you can't post. So it's like, okay, fine, whatever. And if you do it too quickly again, because I've had it happen twice, and then you get banned for 3 hours for posting. It's just like,
I mean, like, I share this podcast in a few places, but I feel spammy sometimes, and
but you have to.
Well, the thing is I also know that a lot of the groups have a don't post video or whatever, and I never can remember which ones have that and which don't.
You could just go in and look at the rules really quick.
Yeah, but do you realize how much time that takes to sit there and go into each individual group's rules and find them and see what they have on there? I would be there forever to share videos.
You do realize that's what I do every video? Every single one?
Yeah, I don't have the time for that.
Why do you think it's the views that I do? It's not from YouTube. God, no. I get hardly anything from YouTube. It's people seeing that thumbnail and going, click. It's exactly what it is. It's not from YouTube. I promise you that. Because I've looked at the metrics. It doesn't
YouTube
line up at all.
YouTube is horrible at getting your videos out to people. It's horrible at getting your videos out to the subscribers that are subscribed to your channel.
Oh, this is true. Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, you're
Absolutely.
eating up your bandwidth.
I didn't do anything. That's the fun part.
Is your dad home? Because you are 1980s video game pixelated right now.
Hang on a second. Let me just do this. Are we good?
Yeah, you look much better now.
Yeah, I'll put it on my data this way. So sometimes the Wi-Fi just out here, you're hit and miss on whether your Wi-Fi is going to work good or not.
Yeah,
so,
I like my system. We have one of those freaking internet mesh systems. and
Oh, yeah.
I have Wi-Fi all the way out in my garage, which is not even attached to the house.
Oh, I mean, the funny part is about my Wi-Fi. There is a liquor store that's like, I mean, I can throw a rock and hit the liquor store from here, but there's a liquor
I
store
need
right
some.
there. Then there's a bottle depot.
I need some
I
more.
could be on my, I could be on my own Wi-Fi at the bottle depot, just barely. Like it's barely
Not enough to do
functioning
anything
still.
though.
You still can a little bit, but it's very slowed down.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
talking. I'm talking at the garage doors of my garage, which are on the opposite side of the garage. So the garage doors are on the opposite end of the garage from the house. I have full bars in Wi-Fi,
oh yeah, yeah. See,
and my
out here,
router is at the front of the house, at the opposite end of the house.
yeah, like see with mine though, like the thing is, something like that wouldn't make a difference here because of just how bad the internet is.
Yeah.
And it's not like we don't have range. And let's be honest, I live in a trailer. It's not that bad.
Right.
You know, it's I might be 20 feet away from my router.
Yeah.
So really, it's just in the kitchen. You know, not that far. And yeah, like my trailer is only, I guess, 68 feet long, so it's not that bad. It's a small trailer. It's also only like
Wait, how long did you
12
say
wide.
it was?
I think it's 68.
That's a long ass trailer.
No, it's not. That's a short trailer. Most trailers are like 72,
Okay,
78.
your general big rig tractor trailer is
Well, that's
53
different.
feet long.
Yes, that's
So
tractor
that's
trailer.
normally the length of a normal trailer is below 53 feet. Because that's about most of what you're allowed to pull on the road.
Not here, because gotta remember, this is, yeah, okay, it is a trailer, but it's not like a trailer of, hey, you're gonna hook this up to your truck and go. It takes a lot more than that.
Well, yeah, I know. But...
And like, yes, does it have, or well, it had one. There was a hitch on the front of the
they
house,
have
but
to.
we
That's
cut
how
it
they
off
move
so I
it.
could park one.
That's
Yeah,
how they
well,
get it to wherever it's going to be.
Yeah, well, we cut that off because I wanted to park my cars there.
Well, sometimes you can
That's
cut.
how that
Sometimes they're bolt on. Sometimes they're part of the frame.
It may have been bolt on, but let's be honest, that's been
The
on there for
Sawzall makes
God
quick work of it.
knows. Yeah, like it's been on there since the 70s, exposed to the elements. I don't like your chances of getting those bolts out.
My car's been here since the 70s. It's been exposed to the elements. Welcome here. Welcome aboard Carmon's Garage. What again? This is not a pirate ship. It could be a pirate ship. All aboard, mateys.
Aye, Captain.
Right? Anyway, welcome to the podcast, Carmons. What's going on? We're just bullshitting until everybody pops in here and hangs out. Oh my god, there's a peacock waiting to join the stream.
Wait, what?
It's a peacock.
What?
What did you do to your head?
Oh,
you need a hat.
That's
You are worse than my hair, and I ran to go grab a hat.
No.
Yeah.
You look like
well,
an Albert Einstein freaking experimentation.
Okay, fine.
And I went and combed my hair and still threw a hat on. Jeez, light socket much. We got to bust on you. You know that.
That's why I have this. I just brushed my hair before I put the headset on.
Right. Well, when my hair is like
Yes.
Team Mechanics is right now, sometimes a hairbrush does not conquer that shit.
Dude.
Sometimes you need to get some of that freaking gel or mousse or freaking hairspray just to freaking keep it down.
No. What you need to do, pretty easy to do, because again, I'm a girl.
Pilot
I'm
would be
gonna know
proud.
this.
Yeah.
Just wet your hairbrush actually. Run it through your hair.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. My hair, you know those like clippers
work.
like the hairdressers use, the buzzers.
Yeah.
My hair when I was younger used to eat those alive.
Oh, how?
Wait.
What do you mean eat?
I mean you go and then you just.
He's got super thick and matted hair, but that's what it sounds like.
It wasn't matted. It was just I have very thick hair.
Yeah, that's good.
Well,
that's good.
Well, it can mat and get knots in it pretty. Like my hair has knots in it.
No, I have not. Even when my hair was super freaking long, which there are pictures of me with hair as long as my mom's hair, Longer than yours, Cat. It was halfway down my back.
Uh,
And
Yeah,
no,
actually,
it
my
never
hair-
knotted. It just,
That-
it was just fucking thick.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
My hair
Oh.
was full of knots. I couldn't run my fingers through it before I got my hair cut. I couldn't run my fingers through it without like having a
You
and
know,
rip
you
it,
know
rip all
the solution when it
Uh,
gets like that, before you wash your hair, run conditioner through your hair, and while the conditioner is still all nice and thick, then run your hands through your hair, and or they actually sell these like really wide combed, wide tooth combs that work great for that too. Long
Well,
hair problems.
You're
What
saying
am I
I should
doing?
care
Yeah,
more.
Huh?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
are-
and this is
you
another reason
are
why I cut
putting-
my hair short again, because I used to with our old house that we used to live at, I had to choose between washing my hair or washing the rest of myself because I would run out of hot water if I chose to do my hair before I got to washing the rest of myself. So it was either hair or body. Couldn't do both because I would be freezing by the time I got out of the shower.
That is some weak hot water tank you
It
you have.
was a good like 20.
Yeah.
It's less than 20 minutes of hot water.
That's sad.
So it
That's
was
You know,
either
I've
jump in and
got-
get a shower or jump in and wash my hair. And when my hair was not like when your hair's short, you could just and you could be done in like you could have your hair cleaned in like 4 or 5 minutes. But when you have hair that
a
long,
long time.
it takes a long
Yeah.
time to wash all that hair.
Fair enough.
And Brian,
I
I don't-
looked freaking good with the long hair. People loved it,
I-
but no, it's too much of a pain in the ass.
I was gonna say, Brian, I don't think he's quite 16 yet.
Oh wait, what?
Close.
Got 6 days left.
Wait, what
That's
am
what I
doing?
thought. Like, he's not quite 16 yet, so he couldn't have taken his driver's test quite yet, but he's close.
Well, actually, no. Man, I've got 6 days. Yesterday was the last Friday that I won't be able to drive ever in my life. And
No, don't ever
said,
say that because you could jinx yourself. You
No.
could get your license taken away.
I'm passing the first.
You could. No. There are other reasons why you could
Yeah.
not ever drive again.
I'm very well aware. Trust me. Believe me, I have
There
one
is
of these
physical
up here, a
limitations.
Cadillac
There
that
are
also
law
bought.
limitations. There is not having a
well,
car.
I mean,
Yeah, I understand.
well, also, it could be a thing though too, because actually, when I took my test, which bear in mind wasn't actually that long ago, it was only like a year and a half ago. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm still on my GDL, and yeah, the first place I went to in Calgary, they do an automatic fail because they want to make more money every time, unless you
that's
do
bullshit.
it absolutely immaculate and have nothing go wrong, which is, I'm sorry,
Here in the
nobody's that good.
States, if you're under, I think 18, you could go take your test, but you're not getting your driver's license for at least, I think it's at least a minimum of 60 days.
Well, I mean, the thing is here, we
'Cause
just
you can only get a permit at
'cause
16 until you have so many hours logged in with a passenger with a licensed passenger.
That is so.
No kids,
much
no
work.
other passengers, just you and the licensed driver. You're not allowed to have any other passengers or minors in the vehicle until so
Okay, no,
your
that-
passenger has
okay.
to be a legal adult with a license.
It depends
yeah,
on the
okay,
state.
see that is actually okay. That's the same thing here, except for you can do that at 14, and then at 16 you can get your actual license.
Well, that's not the same thing here because at 14 you get your learner's permit and
that's
you have
what
to
it-
have it for at least a year. I mean, you can. That's their whole rule, and it's pretty damn lax if you ask me because you
Oh,
can
yeah,
get it
it
at
is.
14, but you can
Yeah.
also get it at 15, and as long as you have it for a year, you can get it at 20, and as long as you have your class 7 for a year, then you get your class 5 GDL, and
Yeah,
it's
oh,
and
yeah,
there's
I
no
mean,
having a licensed passenger or anything. So
Yeah, ours is
Yeah, you're not wrong.
it is considered a learner's permit. You get to pass the written test, and you get your physical and all that stuff, but you can't pass the driver's test, the actual physical where you actually literally drive with the instructor, until
Yep.
after you have clocked in a certain amount of hours on your learner's permit.
yeah, see, we don't have it quite like that. It's just time limit, that's all. It's like minimum of a year, but if you get it at 14, minimum of 2 years. So
Yeah.
it's just how it works.
well,
we have 3 people in here. We had 4 for half a second. I still only see 2 likes. So if you like what you're watching, please hit that like button. I should put that at the bottom of the damn screen. I always forget.
Mm.
Yeah, jeez, what are you doing, you lazy bum?
I know,
Come on now.
right? Let's see. Which one am I putting on? Don't forget this one. Okay, there we go. Geez, I still have the help us get back to making videos. That was from Alpha. That was from the end of the first season, beginning of the second season, when my computer did not want to keep up with what I wanted it to do anymore. Because we had
Nice.
lost. I needed help. I needed help getting the new computer going.
Yeah, so I know that well, Team Mechanic, because he commented on it, that he saw my video.
Yeah, I did.
On it.
Yes, we do. We need to share
That-
your good news. But I was gonna wait till doing any
Yeah.
good news until we had more people in.
Oh, I don't care.
Now
Like,
it's saying
the
I've got
thing
one
is-
person in here. What the hell?
Yeah, mine says it's 3.
Well,
So,
my metrics say that there's only one. See,
Yeah,
like,
well,
see right here, it just
metrics-
died.
Your
and then
metrics
bounced up to one.
lie. It's a liar.
Well, wait, hold on. I can't even
I'm-
show you because it won't.
I don't. I'm
I can't
joking.
get it up high enough
Calm
above
down.
my name. But yeah, it literally.
Hmm.
Oh, now it's back up.
It's all
Now
good?
it fixed itself.
Yeah, see,
Bastard.
I have learned that YouTube does lie because I've been there, done that.
Well,
Live
it
stream
lied and then
had
it fixed
5
itself.
Yeah, because I had 5 people talking to me and it said there was 0 viewers. It's
But now it
hilarious.
says there's 2. And I have
Yeah,
2 likes.
mine says 2 as well. Yeah, I mean, well, we can wait. The thing is though, I'm only gonna be here till the top of the hour. Then I'm gone. So,
Joseph here keeps saying that too, and he always ends up hanging out for like another hour and a half.
yeah. No, see, the difference is, I am gonna be watching the Flames game with my dad. Because normally if he wasn't here, different story. I just do the live stream in the living room watching the game. I don't care. But unfortunately,
You
if
need
he's
like
gonna be
now a
watching
third
it, and
phone that you could watch the game on.
that's not. It's not that easy.
We can
'Cause
always we
I-
can always just broadcast the Flames game down in the bottom corner, and I can just lose all monetization whatsoever.
I'm game. Let's do it.
Get my copyright strike, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I have a
Great.
minor copyright strike because I didn't realize. I posted a video to TikTok. You may have seen it, to be honest. It's pretty.
I might
funny.
have. I'd scroll through a lot
Well,
of shit.
it's just because it was the digital art video that I did. It's only like 15 seconds long. Of
So the one of your new
where
car.
I showed
the one of your new car, but the one of Stitch.
Stitch. Yeah, of Stitch.
Then yeah, I did see that
Because it starts like, holy shit, is that a shitbox? And then goes into music, and I got copyright strike for the music. It's like,
Oh my god!
god.
But the thing is,
So I had to
was it
delete the
music off of
video.
TikTok?
It was
But
a
that's
music off
bullshit.
TikTok, but it wasn't on TikTok. I
Oh,
posted it
you
to YouTube, that was the
reposted it to YouTube. Never post anything with music to YouTube ever,
Yeah,
unless
I
you know
that's
where
why-
that music came from.
Well, that's why with Power Director, I pay for it so I can have that music. So
Right,
I
but
do
the
it.
thing is yeah, like I pay for my music site that I use is shit. What is it? Damn it! Now I can't remember it. Epidemic Sound.
Oh yeah.
And they have a huge library of music.
Man, I just don't want to spend too much at the moment because I am making money off YouTube, but not enough to offset. Not yet.
It's
For that.
it's not much. It's a couple bucks a month.
That's not bad.
But like I said, it's not just music. They have sound effects. They have all kinds of stuff. But I like them because again, I don't have to keep choosing the same sounds I hear everyone else have. Whereas if you use the stuff from YouTube or some of the other stuff, you end up finding that you keep hearing the same music over and over again, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I do.
At least to me, it's annoying.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't bother me that much. Like, the one thing is with the Power Director things, though, you never hear that music hardly anywhere.
That's 'cause-
Because
yeah.
nobody really uses on a bigger scale. They don't use Power Director.
All right.
They'll go like Filmora Go or something like that. And then they have their own libraries.
Yeah, which I actually use Filmora, but does it Filmora? Yeah, no, it's Blackmagic. Filmora is what I used to use, and I got rid of it. That was what I used
Okay.
before Blackmagic's. No, it is from. What the fuck is it?
Well, all the big YouTubers every once in a while will hawk Filmora. It's just one of their things. So, you know, they get paid to do it, whatever else, and they actually do use it. So there's that.
Let me see. No, DaVinci Resolve. That's what I use.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
Filmora is
So
yeah,
yes.
it's Wondershare Filmora. I stopped using them because I had the paid app. I paid for Filmora, with their added effects, and I found out that there was stuff that I wanted to do that I couldn't do, and I'm paying for this app. And then I'm like, I started searching around, and I went with DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is 100% free, and it does everything. There's a few things that are held behind a paid break, but the paid break is normally like production quality, like big movie companies use DaVinci Resolve to film like blockbuster, like in the theater movies, to edit those. So like a lot of the stuff that's done behind the their paid app part is that stuff, not the stuff people tend to use for YouTube itself. So I mean, it's like, like I said, it's big production level stuff that they have behind that paid app, which makes sense, because if you can use that software to make big budget films, you think the people that those people could afford to pay for a editing software. But I did see Chopper's Rule pop in. He said he's taking a break from cleaning out his workshop to move house. I just did that recently. It sucks. Good luck.
Yeah. Cause yeah, like I mean, I'll just say now. I mean, if people come in towards the top of the hour, I'll say it again. I don't care.
Okay, go ahead.
Really.
Share your news. It's awesome.
I do this all the time on my live streams too. To be honest, I say it at the beginning, then I say it towards the end anyway. Not a big deal. So yes, I got my old Mustang back. She is a 1986 Mustang LX convertible. The story is interesting actually of how I got her in the first place. Because my buddy Keith, he traded me. I had an '84 Mercury Capri for a bit. Actually, technically in my ownership was less than 24 hours. But I was eyeing this thing for a while. And he messaged me one day because he saw my YouTube videos and he was like, "Hey, I didn't want to ask this, but would you trade that Capri for this Mustang?" And I'm like, "I might, yeah." He starts telling me more details. I'm like, "Yeah, I would do that trade in a heartbeat because you're giving me a smoking deal on this." Because this Capri didn't run. It's been sitting for at least 10 years. You know, I really didn't know much else than that. Turns out it was rusty underneath and motor was seized up, but we didn't know that till after he got it home. So, but anyways, yeah. So traded it to me. Then I owned Lilo for approximately 8-ish months. But then what happened was, because the car did burn oil. I knew that when I got it. Not a big deal. But the fuel pressure regulator decided, hey, I'm not going to work properly anymore. So it sent way too much fuel down the cylinders, which went straight into the oil pan and wiped out the bearings. But what I learned yesterday picking up the car, it's kind of funny. So I delivered it to Calgary for the guy. And delivered it to a shop. About 600 meters from a shop, this car is knocking like crazy. I swear to God, it's going to send a rod through the block at this point. But it didn't. I get to the shop, no worries. We shut it off. We chat for like 10 minutes. He jumps back in and fires it up after we're done the deal and drives back into the shop. Well, a week later, he jumps in it again to move it. Motor seized up completely.
Ooh.
So
yeah,
I got the last bit out of that car before it died.
That sucks.
So then, yeah, he started working on it because it was actually supposed to be a present for his wife, right?
Okay.
So,
it's a good wife car.
And he swapped in, like, he was gonna swap in a 302 and stuff like that, which is in it now. It's got an 86 Roller 302 in it, which is kind of cool because it's an 86 car as well, so it's got the same year motor in it. It's got an Edelbrock Performer intake with a Holly 650 carb. Like, these are brand new. Um,
650 might be a little
and
big
it's
for a
got
302.
no, that's actually not. 600, 650 is normal for 302. But this one, it's peppy, definitely very peppy. Because I asked him actually, was there anything done to the inside of this motor? He's just like, he was told from the previous guy that it was, but he doesn't know for sure. But it definitely feels like it. Of just you do a little bit of throttle, the thing just, it's so much fun. But
I bet.
yeah,
V8
so
little
it has
tiny
all
car.
that. It's got a dual exhaust on it, which I don't mind the sound, but I want it to be louder. So
Yeah,
I'll
swap
probably
out the
end up
mufflers.
redoing that. And I don't like the tips because it had on it with the V6, it just had the single exhaust, but it had a GT tip going out the back, which that's like the really long straight chrome tip that look really good. But this one has turn downs and they're not chrome at all. And I'm just like,
Just a
I'm not
stock.
really
It's just a
attached to
stock
those.
end. Just hack them off. You can get the freaking the screw-on tips. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can, but I'd much rather do it proper. Like, you can't get. I haven't seen the GT tips that are screw-on, to be honest. But
No, not like
I'll just
screw
end
on
up.
like you turn them on. Like screw on like they have set screws that go on the end of the pipe.
Well, I know what you mean, but yeah, I would need to actually modify the exhaust at the back to even do that in the first place. But I would just much rather do the GT tips at the back. So, if I ever decide to redo the back part of the exhaust, because the H pipe and everything is all fine. Although the one thing that I'll need to address at some point, the headers look like crap. They are beaten up. They look really rusty. They're not as bad as they look in the pictures, but they're not great.
I would look into
Um,
Summit or Jegs then, because they probably have a complete header to tailpipe.
See, the thing is, you
Kit for those
don't have to
cars.
do that. I wouldn't do a full exhaust on it. It's not because the rest of the exhaust is already nice. It's the headers are the sad part. I can live with the rest of it. It's just those headers they need to get fixed. But I know a guy that has a sandblaster and a powder coating machine. And he'll do it basically for price of materials. Like sweet. So
there you
I
go.
would just remove those as long as they don't fall apart when I remove them. That's a
How bad are
possibility.
they?
Oh, well, actually, look at me
The
in the
pictures
live
that you
stream
sent me.
chat. You can pull them up on screen too.
I gotta find my Facebook.
Yeah, and you can just zoom in on them and see they're not pretty. I've seen worse.
This one. Okay, and Streamlabs is working, so I don't have to open that.
Oh, I think I'm gonna take off for a bit. I'm not feeling as up to the task as I thought I would. I got really sick on Sunday, and I tested negative, but I just tested positive on a rapid test, so we'll see. But I feel fine now.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Check in with us and let us
I'll
know
do.
how you're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Will
All
do.
right, you go take care of yourself. You go do you, whatever it needs to be. We
Yeah,
got
trust
your
me.
back, and we're here when you feel up to it again.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, I gotta make a couple phone calls, so I'm gonna save my voice for that.
All right.
All
See
right.
you later.
I'll tune back in later. All right.
Have a
Thanks.
good Joseph. Take care.
Alrighty, let's see. Share screen. Chrome tab, Facebook. There we go. Okay, so, they look like typical uncoated headers from here.
Yeah, the other side is worse.
Nice intake.
If you,
Double
yeah,
pumper
Edelbrock
Holly.
Performer. Yeah, with the 650 Holly. Yeah, because you can see it from there. They're not pretty.
I don't know if I can zoom in. I don't think I can.
I can send it to you to like your Instagram or something if you can.
Oh,
And then it came with those valve covers too.
I think I like the
which-
ones that are on it.
I love the Finn ones more than the
I like
powered
the
by
Mustang ones. Those
Mustang.
are nice.
They're not bad.
They just need a
but I like
you know what I would do? I would just pop them off, paint the whole thing, and then take a flat disc to the raised area. And it'll shine right back up to bright aluminum, and all of the lower area will be whatever color you paint it.
Well, see, I like those finned ones because it's a cleaner look, and also they're taller. So it just makes it look a little prettier.
I guess.
That's all. Plus, makes the engine look bigger, right?
I guess.
And if I want to in the future, with those big ones, well, I can put, I can do some fun stuff inside the motor if I want to.
I
With
guess.
those,
Like I said, I like the way those look. I think cleaned up
Yeah.
and painted, those ones that are on the engine now would look nice, especially once you reroute some of this stuff that's on top of the engine. Like those heater hoses can go can get zip tied together just above the valve cover, and some other things.
Yeah, there is some stuff to be done, because actually you can see on the filler neck there is actually a PCV type system off
Right
of that.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the hose. It's just sitting right on top of the valve cover. It's not hooked up.
Yeah.
So that's something that needs to be addressed. But then also obviously there's no air cleaner, which trying to find one to fit is not that easy because of that intake. I think I gotta get like a 10-inch air cleaner for it.
Yeah, like a little low profile.
Well, no, it's not that. It's not that. It's the if you look at the front, those distributor wires are very close.
Let me go back to yeah, there we go. That's the one I was looking for. Okay.
So like those distributor wires are very close, right, to the carburetor. But then also at the back, the vacuum port for the intake, how he had it routed, even my Ford Racing, which I think is a 12-inch that's on stitch, would hit.
Oh, I see. He
Ford...
has it like sticking straight up out of the intake instead of at a 90.
Yeah, which I would just probably end up
You can
fixing
just thread that out and throw a 90 in there.
Yeah, that's what I would do, or something like that. And yeah.
But you could get a air cleaner spacer to put underneath that, or you find one with a bottom plate that has a neck to it, just to get it up above the distributor.
Oh yeah, well, and then the only other thing that that thing's gonna need as well, because the water pump is leaking, so I can't drive it very far at the moment. And the kickdown is not set up. You see that on the other side of the motor.
Hold on. Right here.
Yeah, because you'll see, the kickdown is not there. Everything is still there. It just needs to be connected, basically, but doesn't have the connection for it. So it's like, okay, I'll just have to go get that.
Your temperature wire needs to be I don't know if that's for a thermostat, the thermostat in a car, or if it's or if that's, I doubt, obviously it doesn't go to anything computer, but that looks like it's about ready to freaking snap. And then
it
right here.
might be.
I would go take a look at that tomorrow when you go whatever, or whenever you do the water pump.
Yeah, that's gonna happen probably Tuesday or Wednesday, because the water pump doesn't come until Tuesday.
Oh, that's for AC.
So...
The car had AC at one point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it did have AC. It also had cruise control. Both have been deleted, which is sad. But
you could redo cruise control. I'm sure Holly has a cruise control module for them.
I'm sure they do. And I'll just have to look into it, to be honest, because I would love to have cruise control back in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't have it, it's not the end of the world.
No, I mean, you just got a freaking 302 in your little Mustang, man. I mean, I'm not nitpicking. Yeah. I'm not nitpicking. I was just pointing some things out that,
Oh yeah, like
you might not have seen yet.
There's a lot of little things that need to be done. But I mean,
the big thing's done though.
Yeah, because the thing is, I sold that to him for $2,800. He sold it back to me for $3,600. Now, for somebody to do that, and he did pretty good work on that, actually.
So what is the reason he sold it
for?
for?
Relatively clean.
Why didn't he give it to his wife?
Oh, because they found another one. That's the thing is, interior isn't quite as nice, but the body's nicer.
On the other one, or this one?
Because this one is a little rusty, I will say that. It does need some attention on the body. But interior-wise, though, other than some fading, the interior is mint. Also, the dash pad is cracked, but that's an easy fix.
If I was him, I probably would have swapped the interiors before I sold it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's funny, actually, because
if you have two Mustangs of the same thing, and one's got a nice interior, the other one's got a nice body, I'd make two into one. But that's what I do with my TA. I found Go ahead.
Well, now technically I have two Mustangs like that. Stitch has a really good body. the convertible has a nice interior, but I wouldn't do that, obviously.
Well, they have two
That,
different interiors because I don't believe a lot of. I mean, obviously seats, maybe door panels, but I would assume that like the back panels would be different because of the.
they are. They're the same, other than the fact that they have switches to roll down the back windows, and they're not as tall, obviously. But
Yeah.
they use the exact same one, and they just chop it off. And then they roll it over. Other than that, it's the same, to be
Right.
honest, that way. And yeah, like you can see exactly where the back glass would have been if this was not a convertible and stuff like that. So yeah, there's no, I really do. I never wanted to sell the car in the first place, but when the motor was starting to have its issues, I was just like,
Yeah, I
I
remember
can't
because
really afford to fix
you
this.
you were up in arms about it when on the live stream right before you did it
Mhm.
because you didn't want to, but money was a thing about that time I do believe, and it just made
Oh yeah,
sense to sell it at that point.
yeah. And that money went to a lot of good things. Like I did a lot with YouTube. I was able to travel a bunch, around, and it was a good time because of selling that car.
We have a
And now I have
Jesse
her
in the
back,
house.
and oh, no worries, Jesse. Um,
Again, you get the jump on everything they say because you see it before I do. I hate it. So jelly. And we can take these pictures off the screen so we can see us again. There we
yeah,
go.
yeah. Oh, there you
Before I get a message or something on freaking Facebook and it pops up on the screen.
go. Yeah, and it just so happens to be one of those really bad messages that you don't want on screen.
Yeah, right?
Isn't that how it always goes?
Yeah, always.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a minute since I gambled. Let's do that again.
Well, yeah, Jesse just remind you of that?
Well, I was thinking about it, but I was in the middle of telling my stuff. So,
Has to
you know,
do the dishes. I
wait,
have a dishwasher for that.
so do I. It's great.
If it breaks, I'm the dishwasher, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, mine's a portable dishwasher too, so I can move it out of the way.
Well, technically we have two dishwashers plus those human dishwashers, and we have the dishwasher that came with the house that I've been too lazy to pull out. That's like got to be from the '90s at least. And then we have that black one that we bought at the last house, the newer Kenmore. I just haven't pulled that one in and taken the wheels off of it and the countertop and stuffed it in the hole. Because that sounds like a spring summer thing to do when things are warm.
Oh, faux show. Yeah, because something that's cool actually, because now that Papa Smurf is no longer in the driveway. Lilo's currently parked in the driveway. I just moved my dad's car to where Lilo's probably gonna be parked for a bit.
Dad's car got kicked to the curb.
Yeah, basically.
You're
But
not special enough to
that's
be in the Mustang parking lot.
exactly. Well, I wanted to just because it's funny because my dad hasn't left the house for a couple of days, and
Oh no, he's becoming
I
a hermit.
was kind of something that I was tempted to do was back stitch up to Lilo and then park his car in front of the house, like in the little pad that I have there, and just be like,
No, you can't
this is a
leave.
joke, right? Oh no, I could, just not in the convertible.
No, I said no. Then
But-
he couldn't leave.
No, he could.
Oh.
He still you can still back out from there and everything. That's where I park my car. So, all the time. And yeah, see, and now this is gonna be interesting because once the Civic is back on the road, we're gonna have 4 cars in front. They're all gonna fit.
Geez, you're gonna now
It's
need
just
to
that
rent
Papa's-
parking spaces.
Yeah, we're fine. It's until somebody complains, which nobody had complained when we had the 4 cars here, anyways. Because technically, we had my dad's Magnum, Lilo, Stitch, and Papa Smurf all here at once for like 2 or 3 months, and then I sold, Lilo, and then there was only 3, which is funny because my landlord was like, well, you sold the convertible? It's like, yeah. It's like, I would have kept that one. It's like, yeah.
I'm gonna have to not let you leave to go watch your hockey game.
But that's rude.
I got nobody. got no friends.
You need to go. Actually, you know, a good place would be to like ask for people, because we're part of that. You invited me to that group, the YouTube automotive.
I've been there. I mean, the thing is that's where like some of the other people that we used to have on the live stream came
Yeah.
from. But the thing is what happens is they they join the live stream. They come they come up here for like a thing or two, or they come and hang out, and then they start their own.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, that'll happen though. But like at the very least, you get people for some time, and then worst case scenario, like okay, they go off. But best case scenario, they go off and do their own thing, but then they'll shut you out. And then, you know, you get that added thing, right? Like, yeah, obviously there's going to be those people that are just rude and whatever else. And, you know, you probably won't have them in for more than a stream anyways. Or something like that. So,
well, I mean, that's why we
yeah.
have all of those people in the Facebook group, the Facebook Messenger group. But you see, I went from having people fighting for spots to be on here to everybody got busy.
Yeah, I remember, to be honest, because we were at the one, like for a while, we were at like 5, and you were thinking, should I pay so I can get more? And just like, no, you have more than 5, and it just gets too many people.
Well, that, and like I said, I would have paid for it, and then where would I have been?
Yeah, exactly. You know, like that's why, and that's one of the, not that came across my mind. Frick, using data just chews up my battery pretty bad. But you know, it's not too bad. I've got loads of data, so I don't care. And we're getting close to the end of the cycle for the month. But yeah, so you know, it's just one of those deals though that it's a good thing that you didn't. And yeah, because now, and you can, like I said, you just have to, I think like network as best you can to try and get more people.
Yeah, I plan on doing that shortly. It's just at this point right now, it's just I'm kind of just chilling, dealing with trying to get started back up with work, which we did find somewhere to be. I just did my first week. It's like 10 hours a freaking day, but it's only 4 days a week, so that leaves Friday, Saturday, Sunday for me to be able to do car things, if I don't feel like I've been run over by a Mack truck. Which yesterday at the end of the freaking shift definitely was. I felt like I've been run over, chewed up, spit out. And I mean, like, I put on my Facebook, I was like, this is the first job that I've ever gotten done work, and the inside of my palms literally were sore. Like, normally, like, you know, you expect like your back or your arm muscles or your leg muscles to be sore. The inside of my palms were sore, along with everything else.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I've been there. Like some of the longer sessions of working on the car, I've been there, but also like working on the Civic the other day. God, because I actually so the master cylinder video, I only just took it off. I didn't put the new one on in that video.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say new one.
New to you.
Yeah, because you can't find new master cylinders for a 78 Honda Civic. But yeah, anyways. So when I pulled off the master cylinder though, I found a bunch of corrosion on the end of it, and then in conjunction, hey look, the corrosion's on the end of the brake booster as well. So I'm like, just in case, that brake booster might be fine inside. But just in case, I'll replace the brake booster, right? It took me like 20 minutes, not a big deal. Like, really. It's pretty simple to do, actually. And then something I did, which I need to, and I forgot to pick one up today. I should have, when I was at Napa. Because I need a cotter pin for my brakes. Because of the little pin that goes, or big pin, I should say, you know, has a hole in the end so you can put a cotter pin through it. Well, the problem was, the old cotter pin, it did not want to cut, like, I could not bend it straight so
Don't ever reuse cotter pins.
No, and I wasn't intending to either. Like, to be honest, my first intention was, hey, let's see if I can get it out straight without cutting it, and then I had to cut it anyway. So just like, you know, screw it. So right now, there's a zip tie that's a little too thick through it. but it works, but it's not obviously working that well. It's not falling out though. So I'll give it that. But I wouldn't drive it down the road like that.
No,
I would.
it's a put it in to test to make sure shit works kind of thing.
Yep, basically. Because yeah, like if that zip tie was not as thick, if I just do the zip tie thing and be done with it, because it's not putting hardly any pressure on it. It's all that is doing is just making sure that it stays in place. So, you don't need anything strong to do that. But depending on the zip tie, they can be pretty strong.
Yeah.
So.
Jesse says that if your ass gets sore, you have a bad job. Actually, my ass is sore on a regular basis only because last winter, I walked out my front door and slipped down my stairs and landed on my tailbone. And now if I sit for any kind of a long time, more of in the lounge position than the sitting forward, yeah, my tailbone hurts. So obviously I fucked something up there, but
yeah. See, for me, I have the same issue, except for mine stemmed from a snowboarding incident.
Yeah, I slipped and fell on the ice on the stairs. But no, thankfully this job is standing. It's a lot of lifting heavy things or pulling heavy things. A lot of hand repetition because it is a manufacturing job. But yeah, no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it at the moment. I may not be saying that like a week or two in when my freaking everything hurts because my body's not used to it. But it's nice to know that at the end of the day I actually accomplished this much work.
Oh, for sure. Look, I feel the same way when working on the cars and stuff like that. Because like with the Civic stuff, because I've worked with the Civic quite a bit. Like I cleaned out the fuel tank, I replaced the master cylinder, brake booster, and before, I changed out the spark plugs and stuff like that, and the rotor and whatever else too. But yeah, it's just whenever I get something done, I just feel very accomplished, and it's nice. And yeah, like that's why it's kind of funny actually. I posted it on. I put it up on Instagram actually, where there was one person that commented. He commented on a few of my things and was just saying, because I did a little YouTube short of just saying, hey, look, I'm gonna go meet my buddy Keith that has the tow truck out in Olds, and we're gonna drive to Calgary, and we're gonna pick up my car and just show him my excitement with that. And he just comments like, I absolutely love your enthusiasm and your excitement. It's a breath of fresh air and stuff like that. Because a lot of automotive channels, honestly, are a little more depressing. Because they show
try
just
to be, but
that's not what I meant.
You just gave me a great segue into my next set of news.
There you go. Hey, go ahead.
Now for depressing YouTube. No, but I mean, the positive news, got a job, so we're gonna have money rolling in. Not so great news. The same situation we were in with the TA a couple weeks ago, and a lot of bit recently. My Novas have come under fire, and I have to find something to do with the Novas. Either one of our friends of the channel are going to be able to help me and hold them for a little bit, because right now the garage is full, so I don't have any space to put them in the garage, and I can't leave them out on the street, because the original plan was to get the TA running, get it inspected so I could park it out on the street and not have to worry about having it in the garage. And then have the Novas in the garage. But that plan, of course, the second you have a plan and you have a goal, something comes in and throws a giant ass monkey wrench in there and screws everything up. So we gotta figure out what we're doing with the Novas. And you were gonna say something, Kat?
I forgot what I was gonna say. So that's fine.
Okay, whatever. You figured out again and interrupt me. The second bad news. So I posted up on Instagram a couple days ago some nice snow shots of the truck. That was the last day that the truck ran under its own power. I went and drove it to work the next day, and as I was leaving work, first and second gear were slipping so bad, I couldn't even tell that the truck wasn't moving any faster than it rolling down a hill. And if anybody knows about the area that I live in, it's nothing but mountains. So it's nothing but up a hill, down a hill, up a hill, down a hill. So yeah, first and second gear are completely wiped out in the truck again. So this time I did put a thing on Facebook, seeing if there was any local transmission shops that really work with me, because right now I don't have $2,000 to throw into a new transmission, and I'm tired of dicking around and messing around with this one. Either I'm going to send it to somebody who knows how to rebuild them, or I'm just going to get an already rebuilt one and swap them, because as much as I would like to find out what went wrong with this transmission, I'm done playing with them. I want my truck and I want to drive it.
Yeah, and see, and that's the problem with those the automatic trannies that they put in the Dodge trucks just weren't that great. Like,
Well,
it doesn't matter just about any of them.
I'm not sure if it was something that I did, because they do last a long time when they're properly taken care of. A lot of people don't do the adjustments and the fluid changes that you need to with those. Because it's not like a Chevy transmission that'll just run forever with the freaking same goop it came out of from the factory. The Dodge ones, they need the fluid change and they need the band adjustments. I might not have adjusted the bands correctly when I rebuilt it. I might have missed something or whatever. I don't know. I don't know Dodge transmissions. I could have built it wrong.
Yeah, it's possible. Because I know I've heard of even people that have done everything correctly, with the transmission. It still goes wrong with those automatics. It's just the thing with them that they're very finicky
It
compared to,
lasted
say,
about 4,000 miles.
Yeah, see, that's bad. Like, the thing is with now my dad's truck, or my dad's van, actually, he didn't have that many issues with that. Like, the transmission did go once, but to be fair, he put that thing through the damn ringer. So
Well,
the
that's
fact
the
that it
thing is
lasted
I
that
want
long
to be
shot,
able to go take it off-roading or pull a trailer. And if I have to baby it on the street, it's definitely not going to want to freaking do those things.
well, see, something else too with those that I do know. Oh, I just got the message to say, hey, you're using quite a bit of data. Yeah, I know. It's fine. The one thing is with those, and like most overdrive trannies, is most people just put it in overdrive and drive. When actually you should be putting it in non-overdrive, and then when you get onto the highway, throw it into overdrive.
This one doesn't have overdrive. It's got first, second, drive. There is a button on the side of the gear selector to put it in tow mode, which eliminates overdrive.
Okay.
But like I said, it's normal drive includes overdrive. It doesn't have a drive and overdrive. He says, can I put a manual in it? Yes, but I wouldn't want to. Not because of the fact that manuals are, not as good as... It's the fact of I'm not the only one that drives this truck. And two, if I'm using it as a daily commute, I don't want a manual. Because I don't feel like dealing with any of that. If I want to go mudding and things like that, I don't really want a manual for that, because I just want to go and enjoy doing what I'm doing.
Plus, the thing is, for your truck,
that's a lot of conversion too.
Yeah, well, the thing is, for your truck, that would be much better. You didn't just suggest that, did you, Jesse? I know you haven't seen
Chevy
it yet,
transmission,
but yeah, no.
I mean, a turbo 400 in that thing.
Get zero, you get bad gas mileage now.
It would just depend on the gear ratios that are in it. I mean, overdrive is still overdrive. It doesn't matter what transmission you have in it.
But turbo 400s don't have overdrive.
No, they
You'd
don't.
have to get a gear vendor set up or something like that,
or get
those people
like a 400 what is it 480 LE or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, 700R4 is
that's a turbo 350 with an overdrive.
Yeah, and then there is the 4L80, which
and the 4L60. The 4L60 is an overdrive turbo 350 with electronic lockup. The 4L80 is the turbo 400 with electronic lockup.
Well, see, what I would actually just suggest, to be honest, like if you could figure out the money and figure out the adapter plates that you could use, you'd probably need a new drive shaft too. But
Oh
go
yeah,
with Cummins
and not to
tranny
mention, then you also got to get it to hook up to the 4-wheel drive system.
Yeah, oh, you can do that. I know somebody that Frankenstein's a shit all the time, and it works really well, actually.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
But again, by
Um,
the time I'm
but
done all of that, I could buy a built Dodge transmission, like
yeah,
not a
well,
stock
see,
one, like one that's got the upgraded stuff in it that tends to break.
Jesse, the difference though is your like Bronco or even your old Ford truck, for that matter, with a C6. That's a lot easier to kind of bolt onto it. See, with the Dodge though, because his is a third or second gen Ram.
It's computer controlled.
Uh, yeah, well,
It ties into the computer, and eliminating the transmission is going to
you
cause me computer problems.
you can bypass it. I've heard of people doing it, but yes, you can definitely come across issues if you don't know what you're doing.
Because it also controls
Um,
the engine depending on the gear that it's in and different things. So I would have to swap in a manual transmission freaking computer for that truck.
I'll see, Jesse. All I would no see you don't sell the Dodge unless you go out grabbed a classic Dodge. Then okay,
I don't
but
I like the second gens more than the first gens.
fair. The first gens are a better truck
I just
though.
don't like them. I like my second gen. If I
That's
sold
fair.
the Dodge, there's another reason. I got the Dodge because out of the trucks that I wanted, it's the one that I could afford. The problems with the Chevys are people want way too much for what they're worth. And the
Yeah.
Fords are the same way. The Fords and the
Oh yeah.
Chevys are way too expensive. The second gen Dodges can pull a lot more, but because of the transmission problems, they tend to sell them cheaper. And not to mention, this is a
Yeah.
clean ass freaking truck. It has I mean, yes, the bottom of the doors are rotted a little bit, and just over top of the front fenders is a little rot in them. But the rest of the truck is pretty damn solid.
Yeah. Like the one thing is, because actually the Dodges are fine. Like people rag on Dodges, but here's the thing. Okay, their automatics aren't the best, but the the rest of it's fine though. Like that
2 feet of
motor, what's
snow
hilarious.
I can drive in 2 feet of snow at 20 to 25 miles an hour.
Well, also, here's something about your motor, because the thing is, I know quite a bit about those the Magnum blocks. What's really common on them for the heads to crack, and they'll still keep on driving, and you won't have issues. Literally,
I
they
have the
they do it
360,
constantly.
so
Yeah, okay, you have the 5.9. Yeah, all the Magnum blocks will do that, including the 3.9. But again, you won't. It's funny because you might not even notice it happen because it'll just keep on driving. It doesn't care, and it won't mix fluids, which is weird. But yeah, they do it all the time.
I don't really care.
It's pretty. Yeah, you know.
I don't know. I like my truck. So no, the object is because the other thing is I could not get another truck for what I have in this truck right now. I could
Well,
not
it's
get
like
another 1500, whether it's a Chevy or like the F-150s. Number one, you wouldn't see me in a Ford truck. Period. I don't like them, unless you're talking about an '80s Ford truck. After the square body, I don't even know if they even call them square bodies, because what I call a square body Chevy, some people call the fucking what do they call them?
well, everybody calls the square body Chevy the square body Chevy up to 87, and then the OBS precedes that.
Yeah.
Which is the OBS is the 88 to 97.
I don't know. I don't other up until the very very new Chevys. I like the body styles of the Chevys. The Fords, no,
Oh,
I just can't stand them. I don't like them except for the up to like what is it 93 or 94.
oh yeah, before they got 96 was the last year of the OBS Ford. Um,
I don't know. I
They
would
had a
consider
few
that a square body
iterations.
Ford, but that's me.
Yeah, no, it's not. Because the thing is, there's multiple different nicknames for these or for the Fords. Like some of the early, like in the '60s, those were called the dense side, I believe. Then they had the bump side. Then they went to the bullnose. They went to the OBS, and there was one other one, and I can't remember what it was called.
I don't know.
But
I like the ones from the mid '80s, from the '80s into the early '90s.
yeah, but
But no, I
unfortunately,
still don't want one. It's not the number one. I like I said, I like my Dodge. Period. I think they look aggressive. I love the way they look. Um, I like the ground clearance that they have with those. It's just I don't know. I like it.
yeah, that's fair. They're a great truck. Like I loved. My dad had one, except for it was a stick, rear wheel drive. Great truck, honestly.
Not to mention my truck's also, it's not the standard Dodge 1500 either.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to dip here. If you happen to still be going by the time the game's done, I'll come back.
That's
But
like what, 3
highly
hours?
unlikely to still be here.
Yeah, no, if I'm the only
Yeah.
one up here, I probably won't last too long because I freaking cannot
Yeah.
stand talking to myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like to
get it.
have a conversation with somebody else that I can see. Chat's great. You guys are definitely great, but the problem is chat does not. It's not a quick enough response time, and I just find myself sitting here in dead air waiting for an answer, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is. Go enjoy your game. I will hang out here as long as chat keeps us we and chat keep each other entertained. And if not, we'll catch you next week, Kat.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'll. Who knows? Maybe I'll. Actually, well, no, it'd be too dark in the convertible to try and do this in the convertible, so never mind. I gotta wait till the summertime rolls around when it's like dark at like 10 o'clock. Then I could do live streams in the convertible.
There you go. And it won't be freezing
Yeah.
cold.
Exactly. Yeah, there's that too. But yeah, anyways, I will chat at y'all later. But yeah, enjoy.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
So yeah, all right. So yeah, with the Dodge truck right now, we did end up getting it home under its own power. Once I got it up above second gear, third gear was fine, and as long as I kept it in third gear, which was not easy with the mountains that I live in, we did get it home, and it was fine. It managed to haul its own ass home. But I am looking for either a rebuilt transmission, a remanufactured transmission, or it is a good thing that I got it home, because trying to get a tow bill when both me and Jess are very hurting for money, because again, I've been out of work since October. Been supporting this whole family on Jess's income. So yeah, money is definitely a thing right now. In fact, I had just had a court hearing down in the city for the fact that I haven't been paying child support because no job. So they're not happy with me either. But anyway, so I was looking up remanufactured transmissions, and they're about $1,500 to $2,000. Yeah, exactly. Tow bill is what I was trying to avoid. And I don't have anybody up here that has vehicles that can fit that truck on them, because even a standard trailer, that truck is too wide to fit on. We tried it before with a smaller set of tires. The green truck that I had before this one, which was a Ram 1500 extended cab, with the 3-door, not the 4-door. But it only had 10.5 by... No, it was 31 by 10.5 inch tires, and that one almost didn't fit on the trailer. So I guarantee you, this truck, which is a bigger truck, I mean, it's still 1500, but it's got the bigger tires on it, would not fit on a trailer. Yeah, no, I don't think the Kia would have done that, especially since everything was icy and snowy. Because we had just had that storm on Monday, and this was Tuesday evening. Though I did end up sitting in the truck from 4:30 until 7 o'clock when Jess could finally get to me to to see what we could do about getting it home. It's not even that. It wasn't it. The U-Haul trailers, the back tire when I had the green truck literally was half on, half off of the trailer. When we blew up when we blew up the engine in the green truck. But it barely fit width-wise on the U-Haul trailer. I guarantee you this brown truck would not fit on the U-Haul trailer width-wise. Because this truck is about 4 inches wider with the wheels that are on it. So yeah, no, it would not fit. But yeah, it's sitting out back of the garage. I will post a video update soon. It's just been too damn freaking cold. I mean, we've had single digit weather for the last single or low 20s for the last week. Yeah, U-Haul trailers are terrible, but you know, you got to use what you got to have when you don't got nothing else. So U-Haul is better than no haul. Or paying out the ass for a freaking tow bill. So yeah, being out in the garage has not been something that I've wanted to do. It's too damn freaking cold to be out there for any length of time. Plus it would look like I was smoking a freaking chimney trying to talk, because yeah, I'd be breathing nothing but the whatever the hell they call it when it's cold outside and you can see your own breath. But yeah, so we'll see what we can do. By the way, if you're in here and you've not hit the like button, please do. It does help so much. Even if it just boosts my morale. Anyway, let's see, it's been getting negative up here. Oh my god, -20, that sucks. Yeah, that's like 5 and 6 degrees outside without the wind chill up here. You're welcome, even though it's kind of right down there below me too. But anyway, and by the way, all those people that have been donating recently, thank you very much. It's definitely helped me and Jess through a lot with vet bills and other stuff that has come up, and the fact that we have not, that I haven't been working. So yeah, it's very much appreciated. Hopefully I can get back to working on things that I need to work on, like right after this live stream. I know I said that like 2 live streams ago, but we had to put off putting the windows in, because I think we had a snowstorm and they didn't want to come out and come do them. But as soon as we're done, I have to tear all of this down and move it, because there's a window here and there's a window right there, that are getting replaced. So all of my setup and her setup have to get moved out of the way. So after tomorrow, that'll be what I'm doing, is tearing all of this down. So I haven't been doing anything to do with the models. I haven't been doing anything else, because I just have to take everything down anyway. Yeah, I have to find someone to be able to charge the Trans Am battery, because it's dead, but it's not dead. I tried to take it back. It's a interstate, so they have free refunds or free replacement until its expiration date. But it wasn't dead enough for them to replace it, so I got to find somebody around here with a battery charger, because I obviously can't charge it with I don't have a charger. So I can't even play with the TA, because there's not enough battery to turn the poor car over. Everything's going up in price, period. And don't get me started, but there might be a conspiracy theory as to why all that's freaking going on. I think some people don't want some shit to move because it's making them freaking money. But yeah. By the way, that's kind of the business that I'm in. I make trailers now. But which is fun. But yeah, I don't know. I think that the next thing that I'll be doing is it'll either be rescuing the Novas or probably something to do with the TA. So I'm not quite sure. I do have this idea that I was working on for a t-shirt. I do believe a live stream or two ago I showed the progress I had on that. Hopefully I can get that finished and worked on. Do believe they're 53-foot dry boxes. I believe right now we are doing that's pretty smart. Right now we are doing a massive order for a certain very large store chain that yeah. Just think very big store chain. We're doing their trailers right now. I think they have an order of 3,000 of them in. And I think we pump out like 12 trailers a shift. So that can tell you how long we're going to be building that particular trailer for. They just started the run not long ago. So it's fun work. It's enjoyable. My body was definitely reminding me that I've had a cushy job for the last 12 years. And that I haven't done production or labor work for a long time. I don't have a chainsaw, so that doesn't help me either. Though it is a cool idea. I think the only thing that we have is electronic tools, because that's all Jess buys. I have an electric weed whacker and an electric lawnmower. Not my choice, but yes and no. I was building the sidewalls last week. I've already gotten offered a position in a different part of the factory that is a little better. I don't know if a drill will spin. I might spin it if I take the belt off. But by the time I fucking sit there and do that freaking shit, I don't know. I'm going to just put a bulletin in our town Facebook page and see if anybody's got a battery charger in town. I think that's going to be a hell of a lot easier than trying to jerry-rig something. So, I just think that that's going to be easier. If I can't do it that way, then I'll figure it out. The battery for the RAM. No, only because I do believe the battery in the Nova is a side post only. No. Dude, that might be an idea. I think that the battery I have in the TA is a side and top post. I know that the one in the truck is a top post, but there's a matter of getting the truck running, and then I'd have to swap the batteries after I got the truck running. I don't know. That's a possibility. That might work. But I don't know. That's a good idea, guys. I'll have to try that next weekend. This weekend's going to be kind of busy. We got a whole house to get everything away from the windows as we're getting the windows replaced this week. And then I'm working first thing in the morning until the evening, Monday through Thursday. So, well, the truck is down, but the engine still works. So, it's just a matter of being able to swap the battery posts over while the truck is still running without killing the truck. because I don't have any jumper cables. Otherwise, I would do it with jumper cables. Because then I would just put the batteries in series. And it should theoretically charge them. Or not in theory, in series, but you know, I would just jump the jumper cables to the other battery. And it should technically charge them. But I don't have a set. I'd have to wait till I get paid to be able to get a set of jumper cables. I don't know where our jumper cables are. In that case, I could just leave the battery in the freaking TA and charge it straight from the truck to the TA. But yeah, I don't know. That's a task for another day. Yeah, it's just too freaking cold. Again, otherwise it's just like I said, it's just miserably cold outside. And I've got other things that are on the top of my mind at the moment. Like I said, getting the whole house ready for these windows to come is priority number one. And I can't really do anything with the battery charged anyway right now. I still got a couple parts to order for the TA. It was just it was more of just to be able to pull the TA out of the garage a little bit to be able to get rid of stuff that's in the garage. But I can't even move the stuff out of the garage into the house until after these windows go in, because otherwise I'd just be blocking windows anyway. So, I don't know if we'd be replacing these windows if we knew that I was going to be losing my job like right after we paid for right after we ordered them. But we'll see. Waiting for paychecks to come in. So that way we know what we're doing. Oh, so what are you guys working on out there? Yeah, I just gotta wait till cash flow starts flowing again, then should be good. We don't normally hurt when both of us are working. I mean, Jess has basically been supporting this whole house by herself. So, that should tell you. For the truck or the Bronco? I'm guessing the truck. Okay, yeah. You just answered my question. Any other fun projects going on? Accidentally ripped the fender flare. I know, you showed me that. How the fuck did you do that? Oh, I want an air compressor so bad. That's on my list of things that are needed for the garage. I think the two main things I need for the garage is an air compressor and a welder. I've got cut-off wheels and other power tools. Can't use them until I have an air compressor. Oh, you gotta share that in the Discord or Instagram or something. I have not done anything. The parts are still sitting up there. I haven't touched anything because it's too damn freaking cold to paint. All right, yeah, I like that freaking shit. I can't wait to start getting on this stuff again soon. Like I said, gotta wait till after these windows go in, and then I'll start working on some of these models again. I'm going to rearrange the way my desks are too. I don't know if I'm going to do that before or after the windows go in or not. Oh, you just posted them? What'd you do? Post them on Instagram or on Discord? Okay. See if I can pull them up. Let's see. Window Discord. Here we go. That is looking freaking good. Let's see. That's gonna look freaking really sharp once you get it all painted. You gonna weather it and all that shit? You had those before pictures too. Here we go. You reposted. These are the same ones. It looks like. So yeah, we have. If you haven't been on, if you're not on part of the Discord, which I think most everybody that's in here is on Discord already. Yeah, it looks really nice. I can't wait to. Oh, you're just gonna paint it like you're not gonna weather it to the way your truck is now. Okay, so you're basically gonna make that model how you want the truck to look like when it's done. Basically the same thing that I'm going to be doing with the Trans Am model that's sitting up there. That's gonna look sharp, man. I can't wait to see when it's done. It's gonna look really nice. You did a really good job with that box. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. To bring it to a car show with trucks. Oh. My hands are still freaking sore. Biggie, you just need space in general. I'm sure they have one somewhere. Yeah, I used to make mine on the freaking table before I had a space of my own. When I was at my parents' house, I didn't have a space to do models. I did it right on the dining room table, and when I was done, I had to clean everything up and put everything back in the boxes or whatever. I couldn't, like here, yeah, I could leave stuff out and have everything organized. But when I was at my parents' house, when I was younger, didn't have a dedicated space to do that shit. I just took it out, set everything up, and cleaned up everything when I was done. I mean, I'm an adult. I made myself space, but they didn't technically have it. Well, we have Sylvia joining us. What's up, puppy? We'll say hi to the puppy. Where we at? There we go. Puppy. She says you've been in here too long. Like I said, it just depends. I do it after the kids go to bed. The cats probably won't fuck with it, especially not while you're doing it. I mean, you still have to. Ooh, excuse me. You're still gonna have to clean everything up when you're done. Yeah, that's the problem I'm having right now, Biggie. Is it's just too cold to freaking paint, and all I have is rattle can. I mean, it's bad enough. It takes me about a half hour, 40 minutes to warm up a can of paint to the point to where it's going to be usable. And then it's also got to find somewhere that I can keep a place warm to actually do the painting. But, we'll see what we can do. Like I said, once everything gets done, with these windows, it'll be easier Jeez, Streamlabs, just spam the crap out of my chat. Yeah, I'm not a fan of cold and wind. Forget that shit. Not really worried about them fucking around. Just getting hair and paint, and like the 4-year-old will do shit to just piss you off. Yeah, like I said, I used to do my shit after people went to bed. Again, cat hair, just clean off your area before you start. I mean, my mom's always had cats, so except for the area, if you're spray paint, I mean, spray paint isn't as bad as airbrushing, but as long as you make sure that wherever you're working is as clean as it can be. There's things you can do with spray painting. Wherever you're spraying, put wet paper towels down. And right after you're done spraying it, have a large Tupperware to stick the model under, so you don't have any hair and stuff floating around. Sounds like that kid needs melatonin. Just saying. But yeah, I don't know. There's one of those things. If there's a will, there's a way. So it all depends on how badly you want to do something. Jesse, let me introduce you to. I'm not sure if you ever heard of UMP, Ultimate Modeling Products. But that's where I would go to go get my airbrush. They have an airbrush called the Apex, and it's literally a Badger airbrush for half the cost. It is literally made by Badger. It is a Badger airbrush with UMP's name on it. Do I have one of their stickers somewhere? I thought I did. Maybe not. Oh, I thought I had one of their stickers here, but no. Ultimate Modeling Products. I sent you a link to their Facebook page on, I think, Instagram. It's International Scale Modeler. He's the gentleman that owns the company, him and his wife. The other place that I get my stuff from is Micromark. It's basically the two best places to get modeling supplies unless you have a store local. There is a whole bunch of channels that I watch that do really, really fine scale modeling. Really, really nice shit. If you want, I can recommend a bunch of different YouTube channels and Facebook groups. Just let me know. I didn't want to spam your stuff and you didn't reply to the other ones, so I didn't want to keep sending you stuff without you actually wanting the information. Do you gotta go potty? Is that why you're in here? Okay, you have to sneeze. Anything else? Talking to my dog if you don't know. I'm hungry. I think we're playing charades. Yeah, but I have found that I would much rather support a small business, or an actual, like, legit model business than I would want to support Amazon. You know, like I said, UMP, small company from England. Their sanding sticks and everything. That's these things that I use. They're amazing. There you go. Ultimate modeling products. These things are awesome, and you can just wash them in soap and water, and they're brand new again. Yeah, like I said, UMP, small business, just overseas. They get your shit within like a day or two. They're, let's see, they have, where is it? I thought I bought that. They're... Oh no, I got the other stuff. I have their... Ugh. I have their polishing compounds too. They have decal setting solutions. They have all kinds of stuff. I also make what they call sprue. They mix Tamiya extra thin and a different glue, which makes it a faster acting thin glue. I use eBay for some things. Depends on what it is. Yeah, when it comes to aftermarket parts, eBay is definitely where you need to go. In fact, that's where a lot of like the company that made these two engines, they came from eBay. Iceman's awesome, especially for all those Ford engines. They have a bunch of Ford engines and stuff he does. He's in some of the modeling groups that I belong to as well. Because when I posted that I was using one of his engines in my Mustang build, he's like, "Hey, thanks for supporting my small business." I didn't even realize it was him that I ordered it from. I have Tammy. This is actually the mix. It's not extra thin anymore. In fact, this is what's left of my Tamiya extra thin that's straight. This is that mix. And it's mixed with this. Which is... What the fuck is it? I don't even know if I can pronounce that word. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Probably not. Focus, damn it. It's not going to focus. But it's dichloromethane. Basically a really hot solvent. But it flows into all of the cracks, and you need like a little tiny touch, and it flows in all the way along the crack. I do have super glues too. See, I got Loctite and some other stuff, but when I'm using super glues, I also use a kicker, which instantly cures the super glue immediately. No fucking sitting there trying to hold it for fucking 15-20 minutes. But yeah, we can talk fucking models. At least it's something that I have going on currently. Let's see, what else do I have? Metal Tamiya extra thin decal sledding solution. I'm using. Ow, that was my knee. I'm currently using the Microsol and Microset. I might switch off to the UMP stuff. What, water sets the super glue right away? Or I forget what I was saying. What is in this kicker anyway? VMP, Naphthia. I can't even pronounce half this fucking shit. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but I think this stuff it evaporates right away too. Baking soda does too, but it obviously it's different. This, like I said, the water doesn't disappear, so not only do you now have water on your model that you now have to deal something with, this stuff sets it immediately and evaporates within seconds. So there's no cleanup. There's no residue left behind. There's nothing. You just, and you can take a little tiny, like a little brush or a toothpick and dip the end of the toothpick in this and then touch it to the super glue and it'll immediately set the whole line of super glue. So. Yeah, like I said, this stuff is freaking cheap as shit. Just look for basically super glue clicker, or CA accelerator, or CA kicker, and there's a bunch of different companies that make the same damn product. And immediately it sets it, period, and then it evaporates and it's out of your hair. You don't have to use the little spritzy thing. Like I said, it's actually better if you use a little tiny brush, especially those little micro brushes with a little fuzzy end on them, the little disposable ones, because then you just throw it away when you're done. You can use baking soda and super glue for filling in gaps and things like that. The baking soda takes up a lot of space, so you know it's good for packing in when you're trying to fill in a gap or something like that, because it's stronger than the straight super glue. But in the most run, it makes it more difficult. Me personally, I would just rather use, I'm gonna fall over backwards here. I would rather just use some putty if it comes to needing to do that. Well, yeah, like I said, that's why I used a kicker. I don't gotta get my hands in it. I can apply the super glue with the end of a sewing needle. I don't use it directly out of the bottle. You can take the end of a needle with like the eye part, dip that in the super glue, and then that you can use it as an applicator, and then you can come back in with a little tiny brush and hit it with the kicker, and it immediately will glue it together. So then your hands don't need to get anything, because that's one of the worst things you can do is get super glue somewhere where it doesn't need to be. Then you get your finger in it, and then you end up leaving super glue fingerprints on your model that are almost impossible to get off. And you don't normally find them until you start painting, and you get freaking fingerprints in your paint, because you didn't realize that they were there until after you started painting. So yeah, there's a bunch of different things that you can do. I need to write on this to make sure that I know what the fuck is in this. Do I have a marker somewhere? I probably don't even have a fucking marker anymore. These are all gel pens. I remind myself I need to mark that. I think I said last week that this is going to be the first model that me and Luca build together. I have a knife in here. Different kind of super glue. That's the thicker stuff. I don't even know if you guys can hear me when I'm not looking at you guys. Like I said, there is a bunch of stuff on YouTube that has all kinds of awesome techniques and basically graduate from building models as like we did when we were kids to some really nice stuff and techniques to come out with some really nice end results. I'm not leaving, I'm just looking for something. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. That's her stuff. Yeah, I didn't know how sensitive this mic was and how much it picked up, because sometimes it's really directional. But yeah, all kinds of stuff that I've learned over the past like 2 or 3 years, wanting to get back into models, but didn't start until just now. In fact, I just realized this table. I started building this 1 year ago. Because I got the notifications. It was like right after New Year's that I started building this table. Freaking gave me freaking shit fit for the first, like, freaking, what was that? I didn't get it finished, I think, until March. Alright, see you later, Elliot. I don't know who all's still here. I see Jesse's here. No pilot this weekend. What the hell? We have been on for like 2 hours, though. I wonder where Jess is at. I don't know. No, well, I know you're here. You're still talking. But it says I have 2 people in here, but I only see you and Big E here. It said I had 3 people. But only you and Big E were talking, so I didn't know who the third person was. Got my silent stalker. Wouldn't doubt it if she's here. I haven't gotten any dislikes on my videos recently, though. Not that you can see anybody, see it from other people, though. It'll show 2 in a minute. Because I know it dropped down to... It dropped down to 2. At least it's telling me it dropped it down to 2. No, it doesn't count me because I'm not technically watching it on any other screen except for the studio version. If I had another window open like I used to, that had the live stream before they had this studio thing, then yeah, it would have been me because I used to have another one open to watch the chat. But now it shouldn't. But, you know, who knows? But, yeah, Jesse, if you have any questions or would like any resources that I know of, let me know. Especially if it's something that you want to do where you actually want to do a decent job and take your time and doing different ones. Kind of a bunch of different techniques for making things look more to scale or not, you know, like having smooth paint and different things. Yeah, so I besides your scratch building stuff is on par, man. That looks really good. All right, yep, just hit me out. I think that I'm going to be done for today. My girlfriend should be getting home here shortly from work, and it's just me and you. So, I figured it's probably a good time to end it before we both get bored. Yeah, I have all kinds of stuff. I have styrene sheet. I have some of this littler stuff too. The real thin stuff. This is like, let's see, where's the open part? No, kind of different gauge, like square stuff. I have some thin stuff of different thicknesses. Bunch of different size metal rods. Wood. Always use wood. But yeah, I have a bunch of different stuff. So, yeah. It's just sometimes it's easier when that step's already taken care of for you, especially when you're dealing with something that's like really, really thin. I mean, this stuff is what? 4/10 of an inch. So yeah, really small. 1 millimeter. But it's good for scratch building. Stack sheet for it, yeah. I have sheets here. different stuff. I have 1/10, 1/20th, and 1/40th inch thick sheets. Figured if I need a extra sheet of any thickness, then I can go and get the individual sizes. But I'm lucky that the Hobby Lobby, that's one of the few things it does carry for scale modeling, is a different styrene sheet. Definitely makes me miss Hobbytown. Hobbytown USA used to have one half of their store dedicated to scale, whether it's trains or cars or whatever, dioramas. They had everything you need. Yeah, use a ruler and a blade. That's what I do. But yeah. Yeah, the only one we have left is Hobby Lobby, and they're not the greatest. It's better than a Michaels, but yeah. Yeah, that's got to suck even worse. Have you tried looking for model train shops and different things? We have some of that stuff, like RC Hobbies, like radio controlled stuff, or train stores. Sometimes they have the stuff that you need. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes there's still some scale hobby stuff floating around. Yeah, I've had to travel 45 minutes to get to a something that might be a hobby store. And sometimes they're closed up and they're not there. Sometimes, it's whatever. Yeah, I don't think I have to travel that far. 70 miles is quite a distance. 35, 40 miles maybe. I've had to travel up to about 40 miles away, 40 minutes away. Sometimes RC hobby stores have scale model model stuff in them. Sometimes they just don't market them themselves as a. Give a call, search Google, give a call, call them up, ask them if they have anything or if they know anybody that still does that stuff. You never know. I have found some, and the other thing is a lot of the older hobby shops, they don't market because they're older gentlemen and they don't know how to use social media. Yeah, I live like 20 miles away from the next nearest decent town. So I would say like 15 miles to the next closest decent town. But it's all mountains here too, so you got to think 15 miles, not a straight line. You're weaving in and out of mountains. But yeah, sometimes, like I said, sometimes you gotta just, if you can find a phone book or whatever, sometimes you just need to give some places a call. See what you can find. I found that some of the best hobby stores that are still around don't advertise, and because they're older gentlemen or older people, and they just don't know how to use the tools that are available today to get their name out there. I think that's part of why a lot of scale stuff isn't around, is because they didn't bring in the young people. Oh. Yeah. And that's the thing is like, this is what happens when people don't want to keep up with the times, is they get forgotten. And that's a shame, because the best thing you can do if you enjoy something is to pass it on to somebody younger, because otherwise your hobby's just going to die. And that's what a lot of, even the car culture here, I mean, you hear people ratting on people that are younger. It's like, hey, that's the generation that's going to keep what you like doing alive. And if you don't get them to enjoy what you enjoy, well, then it's going to die with you. Oh, that'd be nice. 50s and 70s cars. Yeah, especially if it's not well known, because then a lot of times that stuff is still there because it doesn't get picked clean. I bet. Up here in PA, it sucks though because anything that ends up in a junkyard, it's not allowed to leave a junkyard in one piece, which is kind of sad because there's some really nice stuff that ends up in some of these junkyards, and it's like, why doom it to a junkyard? All of our junkyards are out of the way. Yeah, that's a good thing with where you're at. Rust free. Up here, cars that sit end up just freaking rotting away. Interiors tend to be pretty good until they end up getting holes in the ceiling and shit. That'd be freaking cool. You not gotta, if it lets you take pictures, that'd be freaking awesome. We aren't allowed to have not. You see how hard it is for me to keep my Novas and stuff in one place. And people don't like up here in PA. People don't like you letting freaking junk sit in your yard. People bitch. They're fucking nosy. But all right, I'm gonna let you go and talk to you guys next week. See what I can come up with between this week and next week about what we're doing. Like I said, it probably ain't gonna be much of a change, except for maybe the way that everything looks from moving it and resetting it up. So, glad to have you here. Thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you next week.